Good, happy Monday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your 8 p.m. news and weather. Let's get started. First up, Senate candidates address terrorism concerns after attacks. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
St. Mary's Bank has been putting New Hampshire families first. As the nation's first credit union, our values haven't changed, but the times have. From mortgages and auto loans to mobile banking solutions, we deliver all the services and technologies you need for the way you live today. We work for the individuals, families, and businesses that make up our membership, not some distant stockholders. We always have and we always will. Bank with the nation's first credit union, St. Mary's Bank.
At an AARP forum on Social Security this morning, both Senator Kelly Ayotte and Governor Maggie Hassan opened their remarks with a focus on terrorism.
Our thoughts are certainly with the people of Minnesota and New York and New Jersey.
And certainly we stand with those individuals and the law enforcement officers that are out there.
While the attacks are still under investigation, they're also being sorted out through a political lens as Hassan takes on Ayotte in a hotly contested U.S. Senate race.
Foreign policy and national security are critical issues, particularly in light of the fact that my opponent is supporting Donald Trump for the presidency. She says she will vote to put him in the Situation Room with access to nuclear codes.
Senator Ayotte continues to try to keep Donald Trump at arm's length on national security, declining to say if he would remain steady on days like this.
I think that whoever's elected president, we're going to trust them with all the responsibilities of commander-in-chief.
With a suspect now in custody in connection with the Manhattan and New Jersey bombings, we asked the candidates if they thought there might be others out there in the U.S. still waiting to strike.
Well, unfortunately, if you look at what our FBI does every single day, they have terrorism cases that are open in almost every single state in this country, and they have arrested a number of individuals with ties to terrorism or with those who are trying to support terrorism activity.
We are in constant contact with the FBI, and this is an evolving situation. And I think what's really important is for all Americans to stay vigilant and make sure that if they see something, they say something. And as this situation evolves, I think we'll learn more.
Now, given two chances, Governor Hassan declined to say definitively whether she thought there were other potential attackers in the U.S. She later provided a statement saying, quote, "That's exactly what our law enforcement and counterterrorism officials are working to ascertain right now."
Okay, and there you go on that report. Torrential rain causes flooding in Concord. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Putting New Hampshire families first. As the nation's first credit union, our values haven't changed, but the times have. From mortgages and auto loans to mobile banking solutions, we deliver all the services and technologies you need for the way you live today. We work for the individuals, families, and businesses that make up our membership, not some distant stockholders. We always have and we always will. Bank with the nation's first credit union, St. Mary's Bank.
Some much-needed rain did the work today for the staff at Bedford Fields.
For us here as a business, we didn't have to come out and water all these plants today. And for homeowners, same thing.
Customers have been buying fewer flowers during this summer's drought, but business owner Bill Zioli is optimistic about the fall because he says now is the time to plant.
You're going to get this fall's growing season, again, which September and October is great, even into November. And then you're going to get the spring. So then when the hot weather comes next year, if it comes again and there's a drought, your plants will have been established and they will survive.
At Carter Hill Orchard in Concord, the rain could help keep apples on the trees this season, but most of the benefits won't be seen till next year.
Well, at this time of year, everything's just sucking in nutrients to get through the winter. So it will help for next year, putting water in there.
Torrential rain was too much for one Concord neighborhood. Dwayne Hardy's basement was under 2 feet of water this morning.
And I'm not sure if it's poor drainage or what, but it's filling up my house, the neighbor's house. We're all full of water. I've got at least 2 feet of water in the basement.
Others found their cars stuck in the water.
I think the water just rolled up through the muffler into the engine when I went to back out at 3:30 this morning.
The state's climatologist says that this rain will dampen the soil, but it won't make much of a difference in terms of the groundwater level, which feeds into the lakes and streams. Reporting live in Bedford, Mike Cronin, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Updated. Chief Medical Officer leaving New Hampshire Hospital in January. The Chief Medical Officer at New Hampshire Hospital is leaving in January, the State Department of Health and Human Services announced Monday evening. Dr. David Folks, a Dartmouth-Hitchcock employee who held that position at the state's physiatric hospital since 2002, has decided to leave the post, DHH said. No reason was given for the move. The announcement comes after Dartmouth-Hitchcock earlier this month announced that it will lay off 270 to 460 employees before the end of the year. But the organization's chief executive office stressed that the layoffs will not affect Dartmouth-Hitchcock work at New Hampshire Hospital. The layoff announcement comes 2 days after Governor Maggie Hassan presented and the Executive Council approved a $36.5 million state contract with Dartmouth-Hitchcock for physiatric services earlier this year. After Dartmouth-Hitchcock took over the prior contract from Dartmouth College, a labor dispute led to the departure of about a dozen hospital physicians and advanced practitioner nurses. Former Nashua man accused of sexually assaulting girl 11. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Dares you to explore vehicles that make bold entrances. Released today, the newly reinvented 2017 Cadillac XT5 luxury crossover for $439 a month at McMulkin Cadillac.
Felix Perez faces 3 felony-level charges of aggravated felonious sexual assault. Crimes Nashua police say he committed against a young girl over the course of several months.
Arrest had been remained at $200,000 cash only. We base this on the extremely heinous nature of these offenses, what we're alleging occurred. The fact that we're alleging the victim is 11 years old and Mr. Perez is 45 years old.
Court documents say Perez lived in Nashua between April and August before moving to New York. Police say the assaults were not random and he knew the victim.
And ultimately, Mr. Perez was located down in the area of the Bronx. He was taken into custody as a fugitive. He went to court down there. He waived extradition, and he was brought back to New Hampshire and booked into the Nashua Police Department.
Court documents say as a result of the assaults, the young victim became pregnant. Police call the charges serious and disturbing. Police say Perez only faces 3 counts, but one of the charges alleges a pattern of sexual assault.
Based on the investigation, there's information to support a charge of pattern, and basically that means that Mr. Perez was sexually assaulting this juvenile over a period of time on multiple occasions.
Bail remained at $200,000 cash only. Perez will be back in court later this month. Reporting live, I'm Mandy Hirschberger, WMUR.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Old smoke grenade prompt bomb scare at Hooksett Goodwill. An old military smoke grenade prompted a bomb scare Monday afternoon at a Hooksett Goodwill. Police said someone found what appeared to be a grenade in a clothing bag. Police checked out the device and determined that it was a military smoke grenade. Officials said there was no danger to the public, but that the workers at Goodwill had done the right thing by calling police. Police said that anyone who knows where the grenade came from should give them a call. New York, New Jersey bombings, suspect charged with attempted murder of cops. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Your shoulders.
There you go, in a video of that. Amarid Kaham Harama, earlier named a person of interest in the weekend explosions in New York City and in New Jersey, has been charged with 5 counts of attempted murder of law enforcement officer. He is also charged with second-degree unlawful possession of a weapon and second-degree possession of a weapon for unlawful purposes. Rahama was taken into custody and hospitalized this morning after a shootout with police in Linden, New Jersey, the Union County acting prosecutor said today. Here's how much a Fed rate hike would hit most people's wallets. Wall Street may find the need to freak out over whether the Fed is going to raise rates, but for Main Street, the concern is more remote. What it costs to keep New York City safe from terror. Let's take a listen to this video from CNN Money.
In just 2 years, it's transforming our world.
People, they were just screaming that someone was going around the mall stabbing people and that there was blood everywhere.
I felt a loud explosion and it felt like a lightning bolt struck the building.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Now let's take a look at your weather. Get a look at radar right now. As you see on radar, we have clouds and rain showers leaving New Hampshire. Now let's take a look at your weather on our weather system. Your weather on our weather system right now.